Hello there. One thing we haven't seen much of so far this autumn is cold weather. And while the next couple of days will be just a little bit colder, we're certainly not expecting anything unusual for the time of year. One thing we've had lots of though is rain, and there is more of that to come in the form of showers, all driven by an area of low pressure. Now you can see where the air is coming from. The air is coming from the north, so broadly from quite a cold place, but that cold air is being diverted around our area of low pressure, moving over the, relatively speaking, warm waters of the Atlantic Ocean. And that is the perfect mechanism, the perfect recipe to generate showers, which will be ploughing into western areas where you're exposed to the wind, some of them heavy and thundery, but eastern England, particularly northern Scotland with some shelter from the wind, should stay largely dry. That wind gusting to 40 or maybe 50 miles per hour around some southern and western coast, so will be quite a blustery day here. Temperatures north to south generally between 8 and 11 degrees. Now through Thursday night and into Friday, our area of low pressure tends to slide eastwards. The wind's still coming from the north, but not being diverted as far over the ocean, so that slightly shifts distribution of showers. Bit of early rain and some brisk winds down towards the south, but through the afternoon on Friday the showers mostly focused across the north coast of Northern Ireland, the north of Scotland, down across the east coast of Scotland and eastern England, areas exposed to that increasingly northerly wind, with some shelter towards the south and the west of the UK. More dry weather by the end of the day. And as the low continues to shift eastwards into Saturday, well, here comes a window of drier weather. Now, we could see some frost and fog to start Saturday morning, particularly across the northern half of the UK. Some of the fog could be quite slow to clear, but then it should be a mainly fine day for Armistice Day. Spells of sunshine, temperatures generally between 8 and 11, maybe 12 degrees at best. Now, how quickly that window of fine weather closes is still open to question. A bit of uncertainty about the timing of these frontal systems pushing in from the Atlantic. It does look like some of us will see outbreaks of rain moving northeastwards during Remembrance Sunday, but the further north and east you are, the better the chances of the weather staying dry. But with those outbreaks of rain, the winds go back to a southwesterly direction, and so it starts to turn milder. 14 there in Plymouth by Sunday afternoon. And that milder air looks set to make more progress northeastwards as we head into Monday. Still, though, some quite cold conditions in the far north of Scotland, but for the vast majority, Monday will be a milder day, double-digit temperatures for many. There will be outbreaks of rain, showers or longer spells of rain, some spells of sunshine in between, but those temperatures for many places between 10 and 15, maybe 16 degrees across the Channel Islands. And that sets us up really for next week. Broadly west or southwesterly winds, so relatively mild conditions. Various frontal systems pushing in from the Atlantic, areas of low pressure, bringing plenty more rain, and at times the chance for some quite strong winds, some quite blustery conditions. So here's the outlook for next week. Not much sign of any cold weather in the forecast. In fact, broadly speaking, it will be mild for the time of year, but plenty of signs that we are going to see more heavy rain at times. That's all from me. Bye-bye.